Controversy in Bridgeport today as officials call on the banking industry to change a policy they say is harming communities of color. Frank Recchia has that.
Jose is an outstanding father.
Jose Maldonado of Bridgeport may be a senior citizen, but he says he is still a full-time dad to his 37-year-old son who has very special needs. To protect his son's privacy, Jose has asked that we not name or show his son. As you can see, the 70-year-old is still quite capable of getting around by himself, even if it takes him a little longer.
He loves his son.
But family friend George Cruz says he wants to shine a light on a problem Jose ran into more than a week ago that he can't resolve on his own.
This is a legitimate legal ID.
It has to do with a temporary ID card Jose just got for his son from the Connecticut DMV. Cruz says when the dad, who is conservator to his son, tried to use the paper document to withdraw money from his son's bank account, the bank refused to honor it, leaving Jose unable to pay his son's bills.
They give you this temporary ID, a paper ID, with a 1 month, duration until you receive the actual ID. And the bank said that they would not accept this paper here because they can't scan it.
Senator Richard Blumenthal says while the problem may affect only a limited number of people, those who are impacted by it tend to be extremely vulnerable, like Jose and his son with special needs. It can take up to 3 weeks, officials say, for the permanent ID to arrive in the mail.
I'm going to look into whether exceptions are possible for conservators, people responsible for their disabled relatives, to have access to those funds necessary for their rent and survival.
Blumenthal says he'll be writing a letter to federal bank regulators to try and get the problem fixed, so people like Jose and his son aren't left even more vulnerable than they were to begin with.
I couldn't believe that any bank would do that, especially to a loyal customer such as this gentleman here, Jose Maldonado.
In Bridgeport, Frank Recchia, News 12, Connecticut.
Senator Blumenthal says the issue relates to fundamental rights of access protected by the Americans with Disabilities Act.